Hi guys, Shane here with BeTheBowTieGuy.com. Just going to do a quick video on how to wear a bow tie with suspenders. Now, a lot of guys who rock the bow tie are more than capable of rocking the bow tie with a pair of suspenders. And, it provides a different way to wear a bow tie outside of just jacket and a vest or, this normal stuff. And for those of you who are also thinking, maybe I could rock a bow tie with just a shirt, I don't necessarily recommend that. It's not my favorite look just because the shirt has to be really tailored for it to really be pulled off nicely. And that by that I mean perfect fall at the shoulders, no blousing, great sleeve length. There really is the shirt has to be perfect for the bow tie and shirt look to be pulled off. And I like the idea of suspenders if you're not rocking a jacket or a waistcoat to take the focus off the shirt and put it on back on the bow tie because it really frames it up nicely. So this post is going to break down exactly how to wear the bow tie with suspenders and things to just watch out for. That's pretty much it. Let's get into it. So I do love the look, again, the bow tie and suspenders look, and I really think that more guys should try to wear it just because it's not seen a lot, and there's a lot of companies popping up that really are producing some high quality suspenders with some nice designs that could really accentuate or accent a look. If you have a mostly neutral color palette, maybe adding a little color in the form of suspenders would really step up your fashion game. And I did put a post together to combine this post with another post again, product recommendations for suspenders. So if you're in the market for suspenders, I highly recommend you check that post out. Got a couple brands that I think that you'd really find useful. So just FYI on that. Let's keep going. So first of all, what are suspenders? Suspenders, and they're, hopefully by now you know that they keep your pants up. They're elastic, most of them. They can be made out of many different materials, silk, just various different materials. And that's pretty much it. There's not much to be said there. Suspenders, they hold your pants up. So do braces. Braces are the more formal version of suspenders. You'll probably find braces with more, again, tuxedos, higher end suits, that sort of thing. Not to say that suspenders are cheap, but they're just kind of a different type of look. I would equate suspenders to more casual, braces to more formal. Now, braces, they have attachments that you like button attachments. So, like the end of a bracer or a brace, I should say, will have some kind of attachment you could attach to buttons inside your pants. Now, not all pants will have these buttons. They might have to be sewn into your pants, and that's not very expensive to do. All you have to do is bring it to a tailor, let them know what you need done, and there you go. They're probably like a $10 cost or something. But you'll probably find the buttons on more higher end pants by default as an option, and usually there's buttons on them you don't have belt loops. But again, these are all like higher end options if you wanted to wear braces instead of suspenders with your suits. And I do recommend that look. I think it could really amp up your look instead of wearing suspenders. And we'll get into more reasons why you might want to do that. Now, suspenders are underwear. Once upon a time, back in the 1940s, they were used to, again, hold people's pants up, and they'd be under your shirt, and nobody would ever see them in some cases. And they still do sell those types of suspenders, the under your shirt type, I should say. But nowadays, most suspenders aren't worn under your shirt, and they're not really considered underwear anymore. Culture has changed, but if if you run across like a diehard fashion elitist, you might get that kind of glare, like, what are you wearing suspenders as like an accessory? But I wouldn't worry about those guys. Just keep on rocking suspenders and look great doing it. Are bow ties and suspenders a really great idea? I already covered this. They are a fantastic idea, a different way to accessorize an outfit, really add an accent color into a mostly neutral color palette that you may be rocking. For example, maybe a lot of charcoal and maybe a white shirt, charcoal pants, black shoes or brown shoes, and maybe add like, I don't know, a pair of green suspenders. Could look really cool. What about color and size? So generally, same color rules apply. I would recommend using the suspender fabric as like an accent, not necessarily like your main color. Again, using my example, if you have a mostly neutral color palette that is like a white shirt, gray pants, brown or black shoe, maybe like a maybe like a gray paisley, or even like a navy paisley bow tie, or a navy, any kind of pattern bow tie. That's mostly neutral color palette. Adding a pair of suspenders in like maybe like a red or a green to give it that real pop could look really cool. And it would obviously contrast with the look, and that's the goal, right? If there's a pattern on the boat on the suspenders, make sure that pattern it varies in density, and it varies with against the shirt. Like if you won't have, like, say, a polka dot pair of suspenders and a polka dot shirt, that's going to clash pretty hard. I would recommend, if it's if you're wearing a polka dot shirt, recommend solid suspenders. If you're wearing polka dot suspenders, recommend solid shirt. You kind of get that. What else we got here? Big men, wide suspenders. So general rule of thumb, if you're a bigger guy, you're gonna wear like wider suspenders just to kind of match your aesthetic. You're not gonna wear really thin suspenders, and if you're like a 6'6" guy, it's gonna look kind of weird. It's gonna look like these rubber bands holding up your pants. Not a cool look at all. Thin men, thin suspenders. Again, staying with that proportion. Another general rule of thumb too, as far as formality, the thinner the suspender and the brighter the color, the more informal. Just general rule of thumb. And again, the opposite applies. The wider the suspender, between 1 inch and an inch and a half, the darker the color, equal more formal. Anything above an inch and a half, you're going to get into more like, I guess you call it like functional suspenders that are meant for work, not fashion, like for firefighters holding up their tool belts, or maybe just, again, functional suspenders, people that are using them for work, not necessarily for fashion. So now we're getting into the common pitfalls when wearing suspenders, and there's a couple of here that I really want to make sure we call out. First one's the most obvious: wearing suspenders with a belt. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. As you see me here, it's just I'm not even gonna cover this because it's so obvious. Number one fashion mistake with suspenders would be to wear a belt with them. Don't do it. Simple as that. Even in some cases, you wouldn't even have belt loops when you're wearing suspenders, but of course, sometimes you want to wear a belt, and you want to make sure that you have that option. So don't do it. Sleeve bunching. Now, when somebody's wearing suspenders, your shirt is not hidden. When you're wearing a jacket, your shirt's hidden. Any kind of non-fitting shirt can be hidden right under your nicely fitted jacket, and you'll get away with it. Nobody will know the difference. Even blousing in the back, nobody will see it. It'll be great looking, right? You can have a not so fitted shirt be okay under that jacket, but the same does not apply when you're wearing suspenders, because everything is out in the open. That being said, if your shirt sleeve length is very long, too long for your arms, you're going to have like a nice bunch going on here at potentially your wrist or maybe your elbow. You don't want that. It looks terrible. You're going to look very not so fashionable. Let's put it that way. I would say recommend either taking your sleeve length down, or just getting a whole new shirt. It might be cheaper. Just understand how to measure your arm length, and just get an arm length that fits. It's not very hard to do. Any tailor will do it for you, and that'll save you some time. I think the key thing to know here is with anything with fashion, you really just want to maintain your lines. If you have broken lines, it just doesn't look good. The whole point of a nice clean look is to have clean fitting lines. Like if you see here with my proper sleeve length example, a nice clean line all the way up to my shoulder, no bunching or relatively little bunching, and it just looks better. That's just all there is to say about that. So just keep aware of your sleeve length, and again, of course, blousing in the back. If your shirt does not have a nice taper to the back, if again, just put some darts in it to remove that blousing, and you should be good to go. Number 3 here, proper shoulder fit. So if your shirt does not fit, your shoulders aren't gonna, it's not gonna fall nicely on your shoulder. You're gonna lose those clean lines, as we mentioned. And the great thing I like about suspenders too, it really accentuates your shoulders. So if you have big shoulders, suspenders might be the way to go to really, really look cool. Especially, a fit man has that V taper, just having muscle, and it'll really accentuate that V taper. It's going to look really good. So I would recommend that for bigger muscular guys. And again, don't get me wrong, suspenders will still look good with not your jacked kind of guy. I'm not jacked, and look, it makes me look huge, and I have actually very small shoulders. So there you go. I mean, just FYI, when you're picking out a shirt, make sure the shoulders fit. And that's all there's to say about that. Next thing, the teeth. So suspenders have teeth, braces have button attachments, right? We've already talked about that. Thing to know, when you are wearing the suspenders, and I would recommend not wearing them with your trousers, your expensive suit pants that you spent $200, $300, $400 on. It's gonna ruin the waist strap. Okay, simple as that. It's gonna bite into it, and it's gonna start tearing away at the fabric, and it's not gonna be a good day at all. So I would recommend only wearing braces with your expensive suit pants. If you have a pair of crappy pants you don't really care about, then maybe suspenders are fine. But anything you care about, I would just stray away from these teeth attaching to them. Usually I'll only wear suspenders with jeans, or again a pair of pants I don't really care about. I'll reserve my braces for my nice suit pants, and that's it. That's pretty much it there. So how to integrate the bow ties and suspenders into your wardrobe like today? I would recommend just grabbing like a pair. Again, I have a link down below and up to the top of this post for good brands that will really provide some quality suspenders. So I'd recommend grabbing a pair of those. Start off with the entry level. I think one of the brands we name is like the Hold Up Suspenders Company, and they provide some really good entry level suspenders, just to like start off, see what you like, And I'd recommend doing that. You wear them with a pair of jeans, really dress up the jeans, make it whole new look. If jeans aren't your thing, maybe again pair of khakis. Just to again, try them out. See if they work for you. I don't know. Maybe they look terrible. I don't know. One thing I'll also point out here is, you see how I have my sleeves rolled up. This is something I highly recommend if you actually do have long sleeves and you have no other way of getting a new shirt or no budget for it. Just roll up your sleeves. It will make your shirt look better. You can hide a lot of extra sleeve length in the roll of that sleeve, and it'll look much better. I would recommend accessorizing the wrist. Obviously, I'm not doing that in this picture, just so it's not so bare. Maybe a watch or a bracelet or something, whatever suits your taste. And I would add, finally wrapping it up here, suit with braces and bow ties, how to integrate. This guy is killing it. I pulled this photo just because it was a really great photo. First of all, a fitted shirt. Like, you can't get much more fitted than this. It's like basically like it looks like it was made on him while he was just standing there, and it just looks great. And this is a perfect example of how braces are attaching to the pants. As you can see, these braces are on the inside of his pants, pulling it up. There's no belt here. He's doing that right. And his sleeves are folded. I guarantee this is a perfectly fitted shirt, but he's still rolling up the sleeves for a more casual look. And, of course, he's also rocking the beard. Would also recommend that if it's your thing. So that's it, guys. That is the how to wear a bow tie with suspenders. Recapping it real quick. Things to know. Sleeve length matters. Don't have too long of sleeve length. You're going to have bunching. Shoulder fit matters. Again, all this stuff is out in the open. People are going to see your shirt, and if you're going to wear suspenders, you don't want people to look at you and look like you're just like this guy with a ridiculous shirt and suspenders holding up his pants. You're going to look like a Steve Urkel kind of guy, not a guy who's fashionably conscious. So just that's probably my biggest takeaway for this post. And I'd recommend checking out the brands that I have for your entry level and your more premium suspenders. We have a couple of brands in there that are like really killing it with some premium product. That's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions, shoot me a comment down below, or shoot me an email, Shane@BeTheBowTieGuy.com. Feel free to share this post. Highly would really appreciate that. And on that note, I think I'm gonna close it up. Hope you enjoyed the video and enjoy the rest of your day.